Hello everybody, my name is Shekasaurus, also known as Shu, and today I'm going to be giving you a walkthrough of the Sludgelife Weird Ending speedrun. If you're interested in speedrunning and you haven't already joined the Discord, there'll be a link in the description where you can join and talk to all the other people who speedrun the game. But before we get into the actual walkthrough for the route, I'm going to be talking about a couple of tricks that are used a lot in the game. So first, I'm going to talk about the glider. The glider is one of the gadgets that you pick up in the game that you actually pick up from the guy over there. Um, and it lets you glide, as the name insinuates. So basically all you have to do is hold space while you're in the air, or after you jump, and you'll pull up the glider and you can glide. But one of the important things about it is that there's a fart button mapped to F. So when you're standing on the ground, you'll just make a couple of fart noises. If you're actually in the air, you'll do flips like this. But if you have the glider and you press F, then it'll give you a little speed boost as you're gliding around, so that's very important for going fast. But for the actual glitch that we use in the game, we're using the glider. If you've noticed, when you jump off of a ledge and you hold space, it takes a couple of seconds for the glider to actually come out. Whereas instead, there's a glitch that if you open the glider while you're moving backwards, it will come out a lot faster, which means you can start gliding earlier and go farther distances or go faster or farther distance. So a good way of explaining this is if you're just standing on top of this barrel or any other sort of low height, if you jump off of it and hold space, the glider doesn't come out. But if you jump off of it backwards and hold space, the glider does come out. So that's used a lot. And it's important to note that it's not exactly backwards. You can sort of do it while like half backwards, or at least just not totally, not totally like 90 degrees or 180 degrees backwards, but you can sort of do it sideways as well. The next glitch I'm going to be talking about is the ladder zip. So there's a lot of different surfaces in the game that are considered ladders, like these sort of slotted surfaces, as well as like poles and actual ladders, and you can jump on them, and you go pretty slow. You can press space. You can sort of jump up the ladder to make it go faster. But if you hold control while you're on the ladder, or when you get onto the ladder, I should say, you actually go a lot faster. So if you do that, then you'll just zip straight up the ladder. Also, it's important to note from the overlay of my mouse buttons, I have control mapped to the top side button of my mouse, so it's easier to access, because a lot of times in the game, when you're jumping up ladders, it's easier to do it, or you just have to do it while you're in the air. So I'm already holding space, already holding W for forward, so then I'll press control on my mouse and just go straight up the ladder. It does work if you get onto the ladder from the ground and you're already holding control, but when you're crouching on the ground, you move a lot slower than you are while you're standing up. So a lot of the time it's just easier to jump when you are going towards the ladder and then hold control while you're in the air. So the next glitch I'm going to talk about, is another important one, is the laptop jump. So there's a lot of places in the game that you can't jump to because they're just too far away. But the laptop jump allows us to basically get a second jump. It looks something like this. So as you can see, I can't get all the way up onto the storage crate, but if I do the laptop jump, then I can. Basically the way that it works is that when you press escape, which again, if you see on the mouse overlay, I have it mapped to the bottom side button on my mouse, because it's a lot easier to do this particular trick with the button so easily accessible. But basically what you want to do is about halfway through your jump, so not at the very top and not after you're already falling, but before you reach the top of your jump, you want to press escape. If I can actually do it. I think I'm just too far away, but you want to press escape halfway through your jump, press escape again, and then as you're leaving your laptop, you want to press space a second time. Also, it's pretty easy to do, and there's really not too much of a downside, unless you miss the button press of you just pressing space while you're in the laptop. So I can jump, press escape and then press space as much as I want, and then press escape again to do the laptop jump. This is a particularly difficult or weird trick, so it's not something that's super easily picked up, but it is very useful throughout the entire run. So, and the last trick I'm going to talk about is a very simple one. It's a text skip. So there's a number of these characters in the game that we have to talk to during the run, and you can talk to them multiple times, and sometimes they have multiple lines of text. But what you can do is if you press escape while you're talking to them, it'll just exit out of it, and it'll still count as talking to them. If they have shorter lines of dialogue and it gets all the way to the end, you can still press escape and press it again, and you'll exit the dialogue and it'll count. But if they're what you want to do is press escape while they're in the middle of the text, and it'll just escape straight out of it. So another very useful glitch. But with that, we start the run. So before every run, you want to make sure to delete your save file. So you're starting from a fresh game. This will take a couple of seconds. And then the other thing that you want to do is on the recording of the run, you want to go into your config, go to the hacks menu, and click both of the game speed and the fall damage hacks just to sort of confirm that these two settings have not been changed. And then after that, press play, and you're inside of your little house. You can look around as much as you want. You can line up your cursor before time starts, because time starts as soon as you press W. And as soon as you do that, jump out. First tag is right there. Second tag is right here. And then we start going this way. Grab this tag, and then you want to jump off of this fan up here. And then here's our first use of the ladder zip. So you can jump up here, keep walking this way, jump, hold control right after you press space, and then hit this pull and you'll zip straight up. Right after that, we meet our first tagger, which we need to talk to. Do the text skip, grab this tag, and then normally what I do is after I grab that tag, I look straight down and then walk backwards so that I land right here. And what looking down does is it puts that spray can on your screen before you actually get to it, which makes it show up like these two are, which makes it easier for the spray cans to grab. So there's a lot of moments in the game where I'm sort of looking where I want to go before I'm there to make sure that the spray cans are there. But after you get the two on the garage door over there, you walk through this door, and there's these two tags right here. One way to get them is you can just jump onto these barrels and then climb up that little ladder and do the ladder zip. You can grab this one on top, drop down and grab this one. The alternative way is just running straight through right here, hopping on top of these barrels, looking up to grab this one, and then doing a laptop jump to grab the second one. And that's also an important thing to note, is that as soon as you click the spray can, you can start moving, and it still counts. You don't need to stand there or still be inside of it. You can even click it, turn around, and it still does the tag. So a lot of the moments in this game, because you want to go fast, you'll walk up to the spray can and just keep holding W and walk straight past it after you grab it to keep moving. But after you grab those two, you hop up here to grab these three on top of the water tower, and then we want to jump from here to right here, and you want to sort of land on the blue part so you don't take any fall damage, and also so you're already where you want to be. After that, jump up here, walk under the building, hop up here, do the ladder zip up here, and we'll grab the glider. And when you grab any of the gadgets in the game, it'll open up your laptop. So all you want to do is press escape as soon as you see it to get out of it. And then here's Hans, the next tagger that we need to talk to. Do the text skip, and you're good to go. Next, glide down to this billboard, grab these two, and then here's the first instance of the glider glitch. So we want to get over there, and normally we could not be able to get over there, because if we just jump off of this forward and hold space, we would have the glider out after we've already fallen a little bit, and you won't make it. So what you want to do is when you fall on top of this billboard, you grab these two, you're already facing this direction, you want to hop off backwards and land right there. Another important thing to note about the glider glitch is that you don't need to be backwards the whole time. It's not faster to glide backwards. It just makes the glider open faster. So as soon as you have it out, you can turn around and start gliding the direction that you actually want to go. But after you glide onto these things, you want to hop off, grab these two tags, hop up the ladder, and then glide over here, and go into this vent. Now, an important thing to note about this vent is that it's actually faster to go through it at a diagonal while you're holding both forward and either left or right. And that's because, I guess in the game, when you're pressing both, or when you're pressing W, you're moving forward, and when you're pressing D or A, you're moving sideways. So when you press both, you're not moving in the diagonal directly, you're actually moving both forward and sideways, so that speed is applied both ways, and it's actually like 2 seconds faster or something like that to walk through this vent at a diagonal. But after you get through the vent, you want to grab this personal warper, and similarly to the tags, you don't need to be standing here the whole time while you're grabbing any of the gadgets. So basically what you want to do for this one is when you grab it, you'll hold down S and D to start moving backwards. As soon as this pops up, you press escape again, and then you'll hit the door and be walking out. Next, what I do is as soon as I hit this door, I look down and walk backwards, so that I use this potted plant as a visual cue, so that I walk through, look down, walk backwards. As soon as I hit the potted plant, I jump, hold space to use the glider, and then you want to turn around, hold control while you're in the air, and hit that pull like this. So you look down, walk backwards, jump as soon as you get here, if I can actually do it. But yeah, glide backwards, hold control while you're in the air, hit the pull, zip straight up, and get up here. And then we talk to our next tagger, use the text skip, and now we actually start using the warper. So the way that the warper works is when you hold Q, you'll hold it out, and you can walk around while it's out. So you can set any of your warp points while you're walking, and you don't have to stop. But when you press right click while holding Q, it'll set your warp point. And then when you hold Q and press left click, you will teleport back to where you last set your point. So it's very useful for walking far distances or walking away from where you actually want to be, so you can just teleport right back. So after you talk to Tia, you want to walk this way. As you're walking, like I said, you can hold this out. You want to set your warp point right about here. Walk down, grab this tag. After you grab this tag, you want to sort of look down and turn this way, so that I use this ledge as the visual cue. So you want to turn sort of away, and then jump off of this backwards. Press F 1 or 2 times so that you can glide over here. Grab these 2 tags. Then as soon as you grab them, you want to teleport back. Sometimes I do miss this jump, where I turn back too fast and don't open up the glider quick enough so that I don't make it. But if you do that, it's not that big of a deal. All you want to do is as soon as you know that you're not going to make it, just teleport back, and you can glide straight over there from the top, and it's not that bad. An important thing to note about the warper is that the direction you're facing is the direction that you are currently facing instead of the direction you were facing when you set your point. So if I'm facing this wall when I set the warp point, and then I turn around, press it again, I'm still facing this direction. So that's a very, very important thing to know and to keep in mind when you're doing the run, because there's a lot of moments where you teleport and you want to keep the direction you're facing in mind. So this is a good example of this. When you grab these 2 tags, you're sort of facing this direction. As you get your warper out and you teleport back, you want to turn this way so that you're facing the way that you want to be going next as you teleport. So after that, you hop up here, set your warp point right about here, drop down, and again, I look down as I'm falling so that I see these 2 spray cans so that they'll spawn before I get there. Grab both of them, walk off backwards and jump, hold space, and you can glide right over here. On top of this, so you can grab this warp point, and then again, you want to teleport back, so that you grab that tag. You want to turn slightly to your right, teleport back, and as soon as you teleport back, you can hold S, hold space, and you can glide all the way over here. That jump is a little tight sometimes, so if you don't make it or you don't think you're going to make it, it's really easy to just redirect yourself this way, and then you can generally land right about here or even right about here, and then you can just hop up on the roof normally. So after you do that, you're going to walk this way, set your point right here, and then I look down as I move to the right, and I jump so that I see this spray can. Grab that tag, teleport back up, keep walking forward, set your point again right here, but keep walking and hop over the little gap to grab this tag, which generally you can grab it as you're walking like this. And then you want to hop off this way and grab this tag right here. Keep in mind the way that you're looking, so you want to turn slightly to your left as you teleport so that you can go straight down into that hole. You want to crouch down here, fall down here. Since we already have the glider, you can just press space really quickly before you hit the bottom to not take any fall damage. And then you want to throw your laptop to block the laser like that and duck under. There are a couple of ways to both negate your fall damage as well as get over these lasers. If you've seen any of the bad ending speedruns, one of the ways that they negate fall damage is by hugging this wall right here while holding W, and you'll hit this post, I guess, before you fall, and it sort of negates your fall damage. And then the way that they get over the lasers is by doing a laptop jump over the lasers, but since this is a longer speedrun, it's a bit too dangerous to try and jump over the lasers if you're not super confident in your ability to do so. So normally it's pretty okay to just throw your laptop and crouch under. The other way that you can get over the lasers is, since we already have the glider, it's possible to fall down this elevator shaft and glide over the lasers. But again, it's not super consistent, so more often than not, I'll die when I try it. So even though both of those ways are faster, they're just a bit too dangerous for us. But after you grab the tag on the back of the bomb over there, you can just walk back over here, and you want to walk straight into the lasers. This will send us to one of the hospitals around the map. There's 4 of them, and whenever you die, it generally sends you to the closest hospital to where you died. So it sends it to this one. When you are first respawning, you can't move, but you can move your mouse. So what you want to do is turn this way, and then as soon as you can move, just hop over that little barrier and grab this tag. Again, keep in mind where you're looking. So after you grab the tag, you want to teleport back. We're already looking the direction that we want to. So the instant you teleport back, you can hold S, press and hold space, and then glide over here. So the next thing that we want to do is get to the top of this stacker, I guess is what it's called. But this is a good moment to talk about one of the parts of movement in this game, or one of the aspects of movement in this game, which is vaulting. So whenever you jump towards something that is a little too high for you to just jump straight on top of, so this barrel, you can just jump straight up, but for this crate, it's a little bit too high, so we sort of vault on top of it. The important thing about vaulting is that you keep moving as you vault. So if you let go of W as you vault, you'll just land right where you are. But if you hold it, you'll keep moving. But in that time that you're vaulting, you can't jump again. So for example, right here, if I wanted to try and jump that way, I can only jump right as I hit the edge. But sometimes if this was just a little bit smaller, you'll try and jump, and the vault will eat your jump and you'll fall. So that's not good. But the other part of this is that since you'll keep moving while you're holding W, you'll also keep moving in the way that you're looking. So if I actually vault and turn to the left, you'll actually keep moving to the left. So right here, it's helpful for us because after you glide over here, just walk forward, jump on the barrel, and vault up, and turn to the right slightly, and you'll actually vault straight on top of this yellow beam. From there, hop on top of this crate, keep walking, jump up here, and you want to set your warp point right there, jump off, grab this tag, zip up that ladder, grab this tag over here. The way that I do it is, as you saw, hop on that sort of hinge right here, jump straight on top of this warper, and then you can just jump up on top of this canvas. After that, you teleport back, turn to your left a little bit to grab this tag, then we want to go to the top. So here's a good place to do a laptop jump. If I can actually do the laptop jump. Apparently not. There you go. Yeah, so this is a good place to do the laptop jump, and you just get straight up on top of this storage container. If you don't want to do the laptop jump, or you're not super confident in your ability to do the laptop jump on the first try, like I did apparently, you can just run this way. Oh, don't fall. And just hop on these other pillars and just hop up that way. But after you do that, you just want to keep going up to the top. You want to run straight through here to jump up on top of this container and then jump up here. And here's a good example of where vaulting can be dangerous, because since this is a very small area, if you just keep holding W right here, you can fall through this gap, or you might even overshoot it and just fall straight off this way. So the way that I do it is I vault and turn to the left so I can stand on the couch. And if you are afraid of falling down, like I mentioned earlier, since you can have the warper out while you're walking, it's pretty easy to set your warp point and not lose a whole lot of time by doing so. So if you do fall, you can just teleport back up. But after you jump onto the couch, you hop up this, grab this tag, and glide over here. As soon as you land, you want to set your warp point, look down, walk to your left, so you can spawn this spray can, so you can grab this tag, teleport back up, just keep walking forward since you're already looking the right way. Set your warp point, sort of turn to the right, and then drop off. You want to land right here, get that tag, teleport back up. Again, you're already looking the direction you're going to be, so you just walk forward, drop down, grab those 4 tags, zip up that ladder, grab this tag right here, and then set your warp point right around this area. Then you backtrack a little bit to get this tag, and you want to glide over here to get the dog tag. Hop up on that dumpster, grab this tag, and then normally, don't miss that jump, you want to turn to your left and jump up on this balcony, go into this apartment, grab this tag right here. Then what you want to do is teleport back, glide over here. Normally, so you can make this jump, but normally what I do is when I'm getting that last tag, you're facing this wall. As I grab it, I turn around and teleport, so I'm already facing this way, and I'll do the glider glitch so that instead of landing over there, I'll land right about here. Set your warp point again. You want to jump right here, and then again, I look down, spawn those 2 spray cans, jump to the left, grab this tag right here. Since you're already facing the wall, you just walk backwards, jump to open your glider to grab this tag. This is another great example of how useful the glider glitch is, because if you were to just jump off this normally, even though I was holding space the whole time, you do not have enough time to open the glider. But if you jump off backwards, you have enough time to open the glider and land right on this rock rather than landing in the sludge. So after you grab this tag, you want to sort of turn to your left as you warp back, so you can jump off backwards right here. And you want to land right about on this corner of this building. If you do miss the jump or don't get your glider open fast enough, it's not that bad, because what you can do is hold control the whole time you're in the air and sort of aim for this ladder, and you'll be in right about the same spot. So after that, you want to run over here to grab these two tags, set your warp point, grab this tag, warp back, and sort of turn to your right, hop over this, and grab this tag right here. Then you just want to walk forward, talk to double, do the text skip, turn to your right, walk this way. You're going to jump over this fence, hold space, and hold control. So as soon as you hit that pipe, you can zip straight up it. As soon as you get to the top, you want to set your warp point right here, drop down to your left, grab this tag, and then as you grab it, you want to sort of turn around so that you can jump off of the little ledge backwards to do the glider glitch. Make your way over here to grab the tags for our first collab. And then generally, I want to grab this tag last so that I'm already facing the direction that I want to be facing when I teleport back. You want to walk forward, set your warp point right about here, grab this tag, teleport back, and again, you can do that entirely while you're walking. So if you just walk, set your warp point, grab the tag, teleport back, jump over the window, you can do it all in one motion. So you want to grab that ladder, set your warp point right about here, but run this direction. So you can grab this tag, you're going to turn around, jump down here to grab this tag. And then there's a lot of steps in a small amount of time. So what you want to do is after you grab this tag, sort of turn to your right, teleport back, hold S and space, then turn around and grab this. And then the time that you're in the air, you want to hold control so that you zip up that ladder right there. So I'll show it again. Grab this tag, turn to your right, teleport back, hold S and space, hold control while you're in the air, hit the ladder, and you go straight up. So, like I said, a lot of steps in a small amount of time, but it gets, you get used to it after practicing it a couple of times. So, after you come up here, you want to walk to the right, set your warp point right here, drop down, jump off of this backwards so you can glide to do this collab, teleport back, set your warp point right about here so you can jump off, grab this tag and this tag, and you want to turn around as you teleport so you can jump off this way, but again you want to set your warp point right about here, jump off, grab these 5 tags, and then you want to sort of turn around. Actually, sorry, you don't want to turn around. You want to go this direction, but you want to jump off of the tower backwards. So you grab this tag, teleport back, jump off backwards, and then you want to spam F as you're gliding over here. Set your warp point right there, but you want to jump around this container so you can grab that tag, and then jump off so you can grab this tag. Turn around, teleport back here. And here's another place that you want to keep vaulting in mind. So since these struts are kind of small, you either want to let go of W as you vault, so you just vault straight on top of it, or you want to turn to your left as you continue to hold W, so you land right about here. Because if you just hold W while you jump, you'll just jump straight over it. So, I'm going to vault, get on top, jump on top of those two, walk back here to grab these 2 tags, jump down to grab this tag, that tag, and now we're on the plaza. Tag the statue head, tag the shoe. Then as you're walking this way, you want to set your warp point right here. So jump around to your right so you can grab this tag. The visual cue that I use is basically if you like hit your head right on this sort of corner, you'll have enough time to glide over there. Sometimes you'll be a bit too high and you'll like vault from right there back over the railing, but if you get it right, you'll be able to just glide right here. So after you grab that tag, you're going to warp back as you turn to your left to grab this tag. The way I do it is as you just saw. I jump onto this corner, walk forward, jump onto this man, and then jump up here, tag it. After that, you want to glide over here, and you want to specifically grab this warper because we will be using it later. The important thing to note about activating warpers is that you want to be looking at them when you activate them, because if you walk close to them and you hear the noise, but you're not looking at it, the warper won't actually activate, and you can't warp to it later. So it's not that big of a deal right here, because you're gliding from there, you're already facing this direction, you'll just walk straight up to it to activate it, and then walk off. You want to set your warp point right here, sort of turn to your right to grab this tag, teleport back up and jump. And then next, we are talking to Uzi. Normally the way you do this is you just walk around, hop onto the boxes, jump up, talk to Uzi. The other way that you can do it is you can jump onto this railing and do a laptop jump. This laptop jump is kind of difficult to do, especially while you're in motion, so I wouldn't recommend it if you're just learning how to do the run. If I can actually do it on recording. Apparently not. There we go. Yeah, so the laptop jump gives you just enough height from this railing to vault up on top of there. It is a little bit faster than going all the way around and jumping on these boxes, but like I said before, it's a little bit more difficult. So the way that I normally do it is I walk around, I set my warp point right about here because I've accidentally jumped straight off before. Try the laptop jump once. If I miss it, not that big of a deal. Lose maybe like half of a second trying. Then you can jump up here, talk to Uzi, and do the text skip. So the next thing you want to do is you want to jump from this roof onto this billboard. If you do miss, it's not that big of a deal. You just keep walking forward and set your warp point right here. Otherwise, you want to jump up onto the billboard and set your warp point right about here. Either way, what you do is you walk off, grab this tag right here, teleport back up, then jump up here. As before, if you did miss it, what you do is you just teleport right about here, come around, and you jump up onto this dumpster, and then you might want to set your warp point again to right about here. But after that, what I do is, if you did make it onto the billboard, I look down as I'm walking, so I can use this ledge as a visual cue. What you want to do is you want to do the glider glitch and jump off of it backwards so that you can glide all the way around to this balcony. Then you want to grab these two tags, and if you actually set your warp point on the billboard, teleport back to it, and these tags will already be here when you get back. If you didn't set your warp point right here, then you can just hop onto the balcony or the billboard from right here. But after you get all the 4 tags, you just want to jump over the billboard. If you do miss it, it's not that big of a deal because you can just walk around. But if you do get all the way up, like this, you can hop up here and cut a better line to right here. Grab this tag, jump off of that backwards, set your warp point right here, then use the bouncer. Now, as you can see, I'm holding space, but the glider doesn't come out until the very, very, very top of that jump. So what you want to do to save the time that you're waiting is hit the bounce. I wait until about when the billboard is visible, and then you want to press escape twice so you can open and close the laptop, which cancels the sort of the required jump that the bouncer does, and you can open up the glider a lot sooner than you would be able to normally. You want to grab these 4 tags, then you want to turn around as you teleport, so you can teleport back here. And then this time you want to hold the warper out in front of you and set your warp point to about when, if you see on the right hand side of the warper, the 3rd number from the top is your height. You want to set your warp point about when you get to 64, and then you want to glide all the way to that window. So I'll show that again. Bounce with the warper out, set your point, get your glider out, spam F, and you want to get to the window so you can glide all the way over to this door. Then you want to grab this tag, sort of turn to your left, warp back, hold space, and then glide onto this statue. grab this tag, hop off of the statue, glide over here, then you want to set your warp point right about here. Next, we're going to get that tag. The faster way to do it is to do a laptop jump. So what you want to do is you want to look at it, sort of line yourself up, and do a laptop jump. And you can generally get close enough, just close enough to the spray can to get the tag that way. If you don't want to do that, or you're having difficulty with the laptop jump, you can always jump down here and grab that software. So particularly if you're doing it this way, you want to set your warp point, drop down, grab the software, teleport back up, open up your laptop, open the SatView app, move this slider all the way down, and what that does is it moves the actual satellite, which makes this tag a lot easier to grab. Either way, after you grab that tag, you want to go to the back of this building, grab these two tags, teleport back, drop down here, and set your warp point right in front of this warper. Then, you just want to walk forward, hop off of this railing, and as you saw there, you can do the glider glitch to be able to open up your glider a lot sooner than normal, and you can glide all the way over here. Whereas normally, if you just tried to jump off of this railing, it doesn't give you enough time to open up your glider. But either way, grab this tag, come over here, and then you want to sort of vault this thing, and then as you're vaulting, turn to your right, because as you can see right there, sometimes this vault in particular is a little glitchy, so you want to vault it and then turn to your right a little bit late. But you'll end up right around here. You just walk forward, press space, and you'll grab this ladder right there. Turn to your left, walk across this arm, jump down here, grab this tag, then you're already looking the way that you want to be. So when you teleport back, you're already in front of the warp station. Then you want to teleport to Glug Tower. Now for these warps, it does change the direction you're looking. So if you teleport back to comms, as you can see, this warp station is facing this direction, whereas the Glug is facing this direction. So after you warp here, you want to remember that you're facing this way. Start moving to your left, jump down here, glide, and then that's the end. If you missed a tag, there will be an old man sitting right here, so that's how you'll know. If you did miss a tag, you can grab the Vandalize, and it'll show you where it is, so you can keep it in mind for the next time you're in. Otherwise, if you did get all 100 tags, then everything that will be here is a blindfold, and as soon as you walk into it, it will start this cutscene. But I will save you from the loud noise that the cutscene gives. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and you enjoyed learning the speedrun, and you'll have fun actually doing the Weird Ending speedrun. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments, or like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, you can join the Discord and ask me or any of the other people who run the game. You can ask your questions there. Thank you for watching, and have a good time playing the game.